Good evening, folks. Welcome to the show Issues of Today here on Voice of Liberia. Want to say welcome if you're just joining us. We're grateful to be back here this evening on the program. As a matter of fact, Emmanuel, how are you doing?
Well, on the Friday, I'm good. Weekend starts today. Tomorrow is a national holiday, so it forms part of the weekend. Tomorrow is the Armed Forces Day of Liberia. President George Weah issued a proclamation declaring Saturday, February 11, as a national holiday where we will go to see and listen to the men and women of the AFL, gallant men and women in arms to protect the sovereignty of our country, of our state. So tomorrow is a day to see them. I'm very sure that some of those young people who just joined the force will be there, their family members as well. You know, it will be a great event to watch on tomorrow. Several media institutions will converge to provide coverage. Online media institutions will be there. So if you don't have the invitation to go and watch the program, you can remain home, just try to recharge your phone and, watch the colorful event. So again, we'd like to say welcome to Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia. We are your presenters, Emmanuel and Sekou. We will run you through up to 9 o'clock tonight on the show. Well, at 6:30, we will go across Liberia to speak with our correspondents, our international correspondents. After that, on the flip side of 6, at 7, we will go into something else. And of course, 8 o'clock, we bring you the segment Speak to the President. So at 8 to 9, you will be calling us and we will give you the opportunity to say what's on your mind to President George Weah, your leader, our leader. You will be speaking to him, telling him exactly how you feel about governance. You could also recommend to the president exactly what you want to see him, do in the coming months, or if he's elected president of Liberia to go for his second term, you will be recommending to him, but in a respectful manner. You can't appear before the president and use words, the Sunday school language, that will not be fine. So we will set the stage at 8 o'clock for you to speak to the president. The president will listen to you. His cabinet members will also listen to you, because when you visit the president at the executive mansion, some of his ministers will be there as well to listen to you, to listen to your recommendations, to take pieces of advice from you as citizens of Liberia. So that's the lineup for all of us this evening up to 9 o'clock on Issues of Today, right here on Voice of Liberia, on this 10th day of February 2023. So tomorrow, Sekou tells me he will be wearing his all over green, because it is Armed Forces Day. Well, the Justice in Chamber, Yamin Bese, has issued a temporary order, or he's temporarily suspended what he called the MOU that was signed between the government of Liberia and Western Cluster. And of course, Western Cluster. So the hearing will take place on the 14th of this month. The 14th will be on Tuesday, which is Valentine's Day. So at the Supreme Court, those citizens from Bombay County, it is my understanding, will converge on Capitol Hill to await the ruling, but I'm very sure the ruling will not come the same day. It will be reserved for another day. Looking into the Western Cluster operations in Bombay County, the Bombay Hills in Liberia. So that's the stage is set. Sekou, anything you want to add up before we can go to our international
Yes, I
correspondence?
think today we
speaking
will run a little bit into our international correspondence. How many of the international correspondents do we have today? I think today we need to run a little bit into their time.
We have 3 of them. Ready.
Okay, so maybe we could take them, maybe we'll give 10 minutes to take them, which will be by up to 7. So at 7 o'clock, we'll have one of the chiefs of Nimba County. He had a press conference today. We've invited him to talk to him.
That actually slipped my mind. You
yes.
know, maybe this Armed Forces Day thing was
something flittering in your head. But he will be
You
at
really
7
think so?
o'clock.
You really think?
You're very good. I know that.
Go
And
ahead,
so
Chief.
he's going to be at 7 o'clock. He runs on up to 8. At 8 o'clock, speak to the presidency. But before that time, folks, I want to say this to Liberians. I'm very grateful. We are grateful at Voice of Liberia for the concern you've continued to show us during our difficult times, particularly where you have a foreign national threatening the life of one of us. We want to use this time to say thank you, but we still need to stand together because we still need to do more. We've sent communication out to the Liberia National Police, and they are under obligation to protect us. And they are under obligation when there are threats to our life to protect us. And so we are not here to beg the police, neither to say they've not called upon us, but this is what we've agreed on as an institution. On Monday, we allow and wait to receive a call, or either Ali be called by the police. Listen, folks. On Monday, if we don't have any call or information that Ali has been called by the LMP for investigation on his threats against our lives, we gave them Tuesday. You said Wednesday will be Valentine's Day, right? Right?
Tuesday, actually.
Tuesday will be Valentine's Day. And fellow Liberians, I want you today, we all can decide a date on this radio. Wednesday or Thursday, which one of the 2 days you think it will be important for us to get together and go to the police and tell them that there is a terroristic threat? Maybe they don't know, so we need to tell them. This issue, we will not let this issue be as a business as usual. We will make Ali to understand that this is a country of law. You think we don't have the means to make Ali know? Do you think Ali might have all his money, but we have the common people, we have Liberian support. And this is the time. You know, we've been waiting to hear all what our supporters and other people will say. So we're saying to you tonight, we will not stop talking about Johnny Babani. No matter what Ali feels he can do to intimidate himself, he feels that he's intimidating us. The thing that Ali depends on, we will see it. We will go to the police. So we're going to open the lines. This is where we want you Liberians to tell us, let us do this in our participatory means. Where it should not be. Today we had a meeting and we said, no, let the Liberian people self tell us when will be better. Next week, Wednesday or Thursday, which one of the 2 days will be better for us to converge and march to the Liberia National Police and let them to know, and also inform the U.S. Embassy near Monrovia and other embassies near Monrovia about the threat that Ali Kobasi has sent on the life of a Liberian and a Liberian journalist. And let us see if this government will not protect her citizens. Enough is enough. We cannot always allow this. Like some of the callers who say, it is just enough for us to stand for our rights and make the foreigners to understand, no matter what the conditions are, no matter how we've opened space for you people, there are laws in our country. Liberians are to be protected and Liberians are to be respected under the laws of our country. We cannot be like slaves in the hands of these so-called business people that are getting rich at the detriment of the Liberian people. Certainly we will not do it. And it is about time, Liberians, no matter your differences with what some of us have done in this country, it is time for us to stand and say to the world, enough is enough. So that let the people in Lebanon know, say Liberians, they are united for once. You think the nonsense that Ali did, this spineless individual did, can happen to anyone in Lebanon? You think it can happen? The hate bullets that are in our country, at times they come and certain times you don't see them. They are supporting lots of things in our country and making money out of our country. It is time, Liberians, for us to stand and say to the world and say to our government and say to our justice system that enough is enough. We will not sit here and allow these things to continue to happen to us. It is time. And I'm calling on you tonight. Yes. Give us a call. We have 2 days. And we decided not to choose the days by ourselves. We say we want you Liberians to tell us which one of the days will be better. We should come up on Wednesday next week, or we should come up on Thursday next week. Which one of the 2 days? Once the police fail to call us, we will go to them. And we will tell them that there's a serious threat against the life of a Liberian by a foreign national, that nothing seems to happen about it. We will go there. And let the police see the number of people that will come up about what we say on the radio. You know, sometimes they say, if you try the most soft way, you need to use the other way. We are not encouraging any Liberian. Nobody should go to Ali's stores. Nobody should do it. Nobody should attack Ali. Nobody should insult Ali. We will use the law, and we will use the pressure means to make the laws to enforce itself. Once the people don't want to enforce the laws of our country, who is Ali? This flunky, inept individual that sits in the country and makes money out of our country, and then he wants to come and threaten the life of someone else in this country. We need to sit and see that will happen. Definitely we will not do it. We will not do it. We will not sit here. That happened to us. We will let Ali to understand, in as much the government has allowed everyone to come, which is very good, but we will not sit here for you to threaten the life of a Liberian, and you think, say, you will go unnoticed, and you think it's business as usual. You brag that you know people. We don't care. We don't care who you know. We don't care. We are a peaceful citizen. The reason why you threaten us, you will be responsible for anything that will happen to us. we're moving towards elections. There'll be a lot of things, and you are threatening us. You will be able to stand for us. God has our lives, but once you show yourself and threaten us, you will be responsible. If anything happens to us, you will be responsible. And Liberians will come up. I'm calling on you tonight. Fellow Liberians who have 2 days. Do you think it is necessary we should come up on Wednesday to go to the police headquarters? Or we should come up on Thursday? Which one of the 2 days you think it is important? Let's go to the lines. Let Liberian people talk to us tonight. Let us put ourselves together. This is not about political party. You could be from any of the political parties in Liberia. This is about we, the Liberian people, that our rights have continued to be violated by the very same foreigners. And when nothing is done, they think that this country and the government or the entire system is in their pocket. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907 0880 907 907 Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Which one of the days you think it is necessary for us to come up and go to the police that our lives have been threatened by one individual called himself Ali Kobasi? This person.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sherry.
Yes.
Yeah, Ali Kuma calling from Galley Street.
Go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much. For me, since you send the paper to the police, we are waiting for the police. The police don't come over anything. Ila Wednesday, we make sure we mark the police headquarters to make to understand that to see that Liberian citizen life is wrong.
Wednesday.
So not take it, we condemn it to the longest time. So we can be able to go there, we see our placard to the police, and then we have to understand, and then I call the argument to tell the Liberian police that why he threatening Liberia citizen life. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Not just to call Ali, but the law should take a course. We will not allow this.
Hello.
We will not go unnoticed. Good evening.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel Richardson, and I join the conversation with Obakawa.
Brother Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yeah, Tigu, we have been standing with you all through. When you are free on FM, we stood by you. When you coming from the States,
Yes.
we also stood by you. But for me, I would advise that we take that man to court.
Listen,
Because
my brother,
someone
listen.
said-
You got to start from somewhere. We have lots of plans to do. We got to start from somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. But for all to say we should go to the police calling for people to go mad, I believe let's take the man to court. Because right now, if we don't go to that police station at the end of the day, we talk about going to court.
No, let the police be the one to send us to court, my brother. With you know,
Yeah,
you got to
because-
start from somewhere. And you know, when you born a child got to sit down, you got to war before you start talking.
Yeah, because the evidence that we have, I think it's sufficient enough that we will get a lawyer. You have the lawyer that we can move to the court and forget about going to the police station. Anyway, that's my view. But thank you.
Thank you very much. And we respect your view, my brother. Let's take this person. Good evening. Take the calls.
Hello, welcome.
Good evening.
Go ahead. Good evening.
Thank you. My name is Manuel Cody, and I joined from Desk number 13, this area.
Go ahead, Chief.
Thank you. Look, I think when the police refuse to come to our court, we will move to them. They say when the Martin can move to the Martin. So I think my Friday. So Friday, most of them go to work on Thursday.
Okay.
There's some of them that they know that on learning man, learning about study or Liberian life. If
Okay,
you
sir.
think of a joke, where's that man going to tell you here? The poor man from learning can't reach a time to be telling people anything. I just upon that when you come in interview, they me coming back in that learning ball. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Another caller. Good evening.
Good evening, brother. Segu Sheriff.
Good evening, sir. Go ahead.
Segu, dear, added to your getting fell away. The other time you organize protest like this rooster, the time he says today, you go be one people. You know, like people getting fell away added to you, must admit. So next speaking.
Thank you so much for calling. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. Let's take another caller on this line. Can you just answer that call from that end? Let's take that caller. Good evening. Well, you canceled it. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, sir, you're live.
I'm Sestus Kia from Broadway.
Go ahead.
I don't want to go long. Make the schedule for Thursday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. 0770-907-907, Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
We're fine. Go ahead.
Okay, this is a call from Broad Street.
Go ahead.
For me, I see this thing like this is a legal issue now, right?
Okay.
And you are rating the police officially, right?
All right.
Now they have now called you. So what you need to do is to get along and take the men of course. Not even way to go to the police because my brother, you're on the radio, people are listening to you every day. Government officials are listening to you every day. So tell they don't want to take it seriously on your level. Get a very good lawyer, a very good criminal lawyer that will take the men of course.
Okay.
You know, that would be my advice.
Thank you. Thank you for your advice. Another caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Seku.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I'm having PW and I call you for district number 16 to be precise.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Let God bless you. Yeah, let God bless you. Let God strengthen you as an investigative journalist within the country. We sell up and stand with the alien and foreign attitude within the country. The people condemn the citizens within the country because due to poverty. So you see, Lawani man, Fulani, ain't no misbehavior on the city. So we are with you Thursday. Thursday we are waiting to go to the police there. To tell them that they have to be arrested to be investigated.
Okay.
So thank you, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. 0770-907-907, 080-907-907. Let's take this Lone Star. Good evening.
I'm Vanny.
Go ahead, Vanny.
Yeah, it's better that we do it on Thursday because people are playing on our intelligence for a long time. So it will be better that we all assemble to where it will be necessary.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go to this line to take another caller. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello, you are live.
Yeah, thank you, Chief, for your platform. Very important. They get free on in the country. So we'll be waiting.
Okay. On Wednesday or Thursday, which one?
I think we'll be on Thursday. Even myself, I wanted to work off on. I see what automotive. They end up renting car service right around the wire of it. They free on people were too much in that place. I
Okay.
just check kind of when car sport, you say the driver will be responsible to pay for it. Everything on the car.
Wow.
I wanted the area that when they see the people coming out, then they like it, the CEO go high and say, "Oh, sir."
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. I will read my number for you to call me later. Good evening, sir.
I'm James T. Padre calling from Wogofa Community Kata to be specific.
Go ahead, James.
Thank you this evening. Thank you for your talking point. I think this thing has been happening for many years, a long time. But our authority, like, they bow to the people and worship them. But I want you to, some of all who far from Monrovia, we are in Kakata and all Mozambique too. When you are in the process of going to the police or going to court, that give your mobile money, land so that we can do our own contribution towards the process.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for calling. 0770. We do appreciate that. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Sheku. Sorry.
Hello, sir.
My name is Kololo Flomi calling from Upper Caldwell, Sandwich Junction. You know, actually, I really don't like to call on radio on any show. But since I heard this thing, these 2 days, I've been so troubled. I would prefer for this match to be on Thursday.
Okay.
And I don't only want it to be against Ali, but not only for Ali, but for all of the Lebanese.
Okay.
These people are not really good. They are not good people. They are not good set of people. They are not treating us good. They are not treating our brothers good. Then you come to threaten someone's life, a citizen life. This will
not happen anywhere. You
Thank
see?
you. Thank you for
Without
calling.
any other African country, like what we're talking, will not be talking it.
All
By
right.
the grace of God, we will be with you on Thursday.
Okay.
By
Thank you.
God's grace. Not only for you, but for each and every Liberian.
Thank you so much for calling. 0770907 We take a few more calls and go to our international correspondents. Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, you are live.
Yeah, Pentecostal issue. Issue 7.
That's Bond County.
Yeah. Pentecostal.
Go ahead.
Even though I'm far from my place, but it will be better for you people to go to the police. It's a criminal case. They start with the police, then they'll send a charge sheet to the court.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your suggestion. We take 3 more before going home. Good evening.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, how are you, Chief?
We are fine. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, my topic to that case is they leveling people, you see, so okay, first I'm going to according from Vata.
Mhm.
Let me tell you, they leveling people, they can't take advantage or in our own country. But because of our own way, we don't love one another.
Okay.
Let me back good good. And let me threat you because let me it happened to me with leveling man. He slapped me and forced my mouth. Within the period, myself pay his debt, and then it was finished with that. So that particular man, Thursday, Friday, that man, Thursday, I will join you. I agree with Thursday.
Okay. Thank you. On Thursday, you will be there. Good evening. Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me? Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Sekou. Good evening to your listening audience.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Chief.
Sekou, let me say this. Probably you don't know. You understand that this society we living in Liberia is not a conscious society. This society is a conscious solar society where something happened today, everybody fool before the next day it go down. A different nationality to kill you and you go to police station. Even if you go to police station and you will enter the court, there is no law that says when something is happening, you cannot go to court directly. Go to court, let the court issue a writ of arrest, let someone explain and say one man made that statement. But if you say that, imagine from your station to the business center is very short.
Mm-hmm.
That brother or that money guy may easily kill somebody on you to follow you wherever you go, wherever you living, and they can pick you up from anywhere. So if you say you want to go to the police station, in fact, the press union should be the institution now issuing statement putting on front page Africa, but nobody is talking about it. Only your one. So if you say that and say, oh, because they down, you want to go to police. Go to police and put yourself as race. At the end of the day, you will just go and everything will just be normal to go by their normal business. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We take one more and go to our international correspondents. This evening, our final caller here on line 2. Good evening.
Good evening, my name is Stephen Stone, calling from Ketan Oro. Yeah, this guys need real people in Pagra.
Hello? Hello? While you are off, okay, we will stop it right there and transition. We have to go now to speak with our international correspondents this evening on the program. Well, if you just join us, you are listening to Issues of Today, Voice of Liberia. We are now trying to speak with our international correspondents this evening. Right here on VOL. So welcome to the segment, our international desk.
making efforts now to join our guys from across Liberia. Okay, now we will go to the line to speak with our international correspondents. Lesotho is now in a state of health emergency because of the ever-rising cancer cases. The country recorded 606 new cancer cases last year. Well, we will now cross over to please check it. I'm getting some echo. Hope you solve that quickly from that machine. Well, this is Voice of Liberia Issues of Today. Please be on the line. I don't know what's happening. Well, our technician is trying to work on that quickly to avoid that echo, which is not good for our listeners and also for us here in studio. Let's give it a try and see. I think. Oh wow, the echo is still there. Echo's still coming. What's happening from that end? We will take this short break from this side.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Sekou Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense on the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Sekou Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Sekou Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia.
Well, we sincerely apologize. We are experiencing some technical problem here in studio with our equipment. It is trying to give us a little problem, so we're trying to solve that. But in the meantime, we will make efforts now to speak with our correspondents using another means, which I think is okay for now until that problem can be solved. This is Voice of Liberia, and you're listening to Issues of Today with me, Emmanuel Davis, and Sekou Sharif on this platform. The weekend starts on today, as we all know. Tomorrow is Armed Forces Day celebration. Well, President George Weah, by proclamation, declared the 11th of February, which is on tomorrow, as the Armed Forces Day of Liberia, as a national holiday to be observed throughout the country, throughout Liberia. Poloko is yet to pick the call, so we will try to go to John and see whether John is on this evening. Okay, so we're trying to get John quickly on the line. Wow. Technology, well, that is the beauty of technology. At times, okay, now we have one of our correspondents on the line. Let's quickly try to reach him to give us happenings across, across. John, can you hear me? Hello, John, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, man.
Well, we are a little bit challenged this evening, so
Yes, I can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
okay, let's come to you now. The 2021 audit report of Sierra Leone has unprecedentedly left out the office of the president and vice president, and this is raising, suspicions across the country. Let me ask you, John, tell us firstly about what the audit report is all about.
Well, the section 119, subsection 2 of the 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone mandates the Audit Service Sierra Leone, which is the institution that has the responsibility to do what we call public accounts of Sierra Leone and therefore reports to Parliament. So the report is about happenings within the different parastatals between the government offices, how they have been using public funds as well as expenditures.
Well, in the previous years, they have investigated and audited the offices of the president and the vice president, and of course the first lady. So why they did not, likewise in the 2021 report?
So, according to the Audit Service Sierra Leone, when the government instituted major public financial management reforms, they said that the office of the president, vice president, and the first lady ensured that they implemented those financial management reforms, and they had their internal audit system that they did, and based on that, they found out that there were no procurement irregularities in those offices. And because there are no procurement irregularities in those offices, there was no need to include it in the 2021 report. But I'll tell you, man, that in the previous report, the result has not been good coming from the office of the president, either the vice president or the first lady. There have been issues of procurement irregularities, forgeries of documents in the past. And now that they have not been included, that has raised a huge eyebrow from the public.
So when it comes to financial management and procurement irregularities, did anything change positively for Sierra Leone?
Nothing changed. Nothing changed. The only positive thing is in terms of the revenue generated by the government. But in terms of irregularities, it went from bad to worse, because in 2020, the losses amounted to 153 billion, but now it is 187.3 billion leones, which is over $1.4 million. So the irregularities did not change. It got worse and worse, and it's as if it's like open the floodgates for more irregularities.
What does this report mean for your country?
Well, this simply means that based on recommendations given year in, year out, nothing seems to be happening in terms of cutting down or curtailing irregularities happening in Sierra Leone. Unfortunately, Emmanuel, as I speak to you, even though the 2021 audit report has just been launched, the 2020 report has not yet been debated. The 2019 report has not yet been debated. And you imagine, when will they even sit on the 2021 audit report?
What are Sierra Leoneans saying? What have they been telling you relative to this matter?
It's It's as if Sierra Leoneans now have known the different MDAs. They were not expecting nothing less, but at the same time, they were expecting that some improvements would have taken place with regards to all of the recommendations. And this has made them to be asking whether MDAs truly and really take the audit service with all seriousness.
Thank you so much for filling us in, John.
Thank you.
Well, John Whitfield, there speaking with us on the line relative to some audit reports. We're still facing that little challenge. Here, our guest is already in studio, so we hope to start with him just right on time because it is quite important. To kickstart this discussion, it is important, to dig deeper, talking about some, political issues. Well, Amadou, if you are hearing me, hello.
Yes, hello, good evening, and thank you for having me once again.
Gambia's land minister recently said the country lacks land management policy during a meeting with members of the regional land committees. Well, as you are on the line already, Amadou, how often are land-related disputes, maybe occur in the Gambia?
Thank you very much for having me once again. Well, land disputes are very common in the Gambia, especially between the real estate agencies and land buyers or compound buyers here in the Gambia. It has always been a problem that different lands have been sold to different people, and eventually this will lead to disputes, and then eventually it will get to the courts, and before it can be settled, it will really take a long time than expected. So it's a very common problem here in the Gambia. And of course, recently during the legal year opening, by the president, of course, during the Chief Justice statement, he said one of the most issues that they have been dealing over the past year has been land dispute issues. So in fact, he urged for the for the authority or the president to make sure that he initiated a special tribunal that could deal with land issues, because the courts have been really bombarded with all of land issues here in the Gambia. So it's a very common problem, I can tell you. So I know this is why the minister is making such a remark.
Did the minister outline any plan of addressing the growing problem in different parts of the country?
Absolutely, he was not specific as to what he intends to do with regards to this problem. What he rather said was that he was discussing with these regional authorities on land matters, so they can also take up their responsibility and try to do their utmost best to make sure that they could able to resolve some of these land complications or issues at their own level before it can get to a certain level. Because, like I said, the Chief Justice himself has highlighted these concerns and said something need to be done. Something have to be done at some point to make sure the land disputes have been regulated or have been handled by a special tribunal, as he said. But the minister himself did not specifically give anything as to what he intends to do as a minister. But I know he has reiterated the concern that he has with regards to the growing land problems here in the Gambia. So I know probably in the long distance future he might go further to try and come up with policies that would end up resolving some of these land issues or complications here in the country.
What's the public view on land disputes in the Gambia?
That is a very interesting question. Well, I can tell you the Gambian people have been very much concerned, and especially Gambian in the diaspora, who at some point would want to come back home and build their own houses or place to stay, but they always find it very difficult to buy a land where it can go violent free at some point, because most of the time some people will come back home and buy a spot of land, and which at some point it will get to a dispute. So the Gambian people I can tell are very much concerned about this growing land disputes here in the country, and they have at some point many thought that the president was going to address this once and for all because he had a background in land management issues. He had he has an agency that is responsible for, compound management issues, and he has been one of sort of a land. Of course, how would I say? He has an agency that is giving out homes or compounds to people, and he said he had the knowledge to how to deal with such issues. So people were so much hopeful that as a president, he has got the knowledge and experience, he would have addressed this problem once and for all. But apparently, it have gotten worse, if I can say. So people are really worried and concerned back home here.
Amadou, thank you so much for joining us on the line this evening. Well, Amadou Kante. Well, we will go to Lesotho and take our final correspondent this evening on the program Issues of Today. Right after that, we will go straight to our guest who is already in studio tonight to kickstart the conversation with him. This is Voice of Liberia. Well, the program you're listening to is Issues of Today. Yes, we are making effort now to quickly join Poloko. Finally, we will try to join Poloko on the show before we can go. There is an interesting story coming from his end. We're hoping to have him on the line this evening.
Hello?
Poloko, can you get me? Good evening.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Thank you for joining us from Lesotho. Well, Lesotho is now in a state of health emergency because of the ever-rising cancer cases. The country has so far recorded 606 new cancer cases last year. Well, as you are on the line now, give us an understanding of the cancer situation in Lesotho.
What is currently happening is that the Minister of Health explained that the country recorded 600 cancer cases last in 2022, and the cases keep rising each and every month as they look through their records. And most cases were from prostate cancer, cervical cancer, and breast cancer. However, the biggest challenge the biggest cancer that is currently facing the country seems to be cervical cancer. But he mentioned that they are willing to ensure that all women are screened by ensuring that there are screen points all across the country in all the hospitals.
How does the country deal with its cancer patients? Are there any treatment facilities to, treat these people?
At the moment, we only have one cancer treatment hospital called Sangatan. However, it is not effective as it is not resourced very well. But South Africa, which is our neighboring country, has been helping us because some patients are taken to Bloemfontein in South Africa, while some have to travel to India to get that treatment. So it is our treatments are not very effective. They have to travel abroad, most of them.
So in closing, tell us more about the Health Ministers Conference that was hosted in Lesotho. Did that conference address this matter?
Thank you very much. Lesotho hosted the 71st Eastern and Southern and Central African Health Ministers, which is made up of 7 countries: Tanzania, Malawi, Lesotho, and countries. And what some of the things that were discussed during this meeting were the health challenges in the 8 countries, which also included issues. And the countries, the organizations made commitment to help Lesotho, ensuring that within the next 12 months, there is a cancer treatment hospital that will only focus on cancer treatment related issues. And
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us this evening on the show. Well, we sincerely apologize for the break-in because of internet connectivity. We will now take a break. When we come back, we go into our next issue.
Amawana ba you be one what to it, yes to it. Get to put a bar you do what to it, what to it. Go Saki Kurumuan, Swabarian, what I hear. Amazaki Kurumuan, Swabarian, what I hear. I be European Comanacora, who sees a Pereon. I be European Bukura, who sees a Pereon. Abi yürüyen tetere kuisi ya no wadiye. Abi yürüyen tetere kuisi ya no wadiye. Anungriye, oh libote. Anungriye wayo, libote.
our studio is Major General Albert. Okay, let me put his microphone on.
Okay.
Okay, Major General Albert Goncalo Zoguia Pay. He is the senior advisor, elder council of Nimba County, but the Major General is already retired. So let's put it there.
Okay, senior advisor.
Yes, senior advisor, elder council of Nimba County, sir. Welcome to our studios.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So today you call plenty journalists, to come and cover a major news conference that you addressed.
Yes.
Too many people did not have, or maybe many people did not have the opportunity to have listened to you. They did not follow the press conference. That's the reason we've invited you here to give you, a bigger platform where you can say exactly what you told the other media people on today. Okay. So let me give you the time to, state exactly those things that you said today at the press conference. Then we will follow with questions.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for allowing me into your studio. My name is Major General Albert Goncalo Zoguia Pay, senior advisor, elder council, Nimba County, with a telephone number 07755124443. All right, ma'am. Reach my motive of appearing here live into your studio. Yeah. First of all, it is a pleasure and honor most respectfully to take the opportunity to come to Voice of Liberia, to let the Liberian people know that Nimba County, we the citizens of Nimba County, we are a peace-loving county, extremely committed and submissive to our elected president. What we have overheard in Nimba County very recent, we are not in favor and not part of what we have heard from our senior senator against our sitting president in this election year 2023. We are not part of it. Our anticipation for this election year, we have vowed and are prepared for this election that we have agreed that Nimba County for our president, Joy Sekozi Bekube Malawia, to vote. Only one round winning vote comes October 10, 2023.
Okay.
Our reason, moreover, about the senior senator is seen extremely ambiguous against the president, coupled with gross insubordination and gross disrespect at this election year, because we are the elder. We pursue peace in our county. Having him to accuse our president without our consultation, it is illegal. It is not his first time to create fear, embarrassment for the Nima County people. This his contentious and controversial attitude started from the war in 1990. As we free from here, 1985, and free into exile, we came to liberate our citizens, but our coming into Liberia from the beginning of the war, his behavior sabotaged our movement. Sabotage our movement by doing an act of killing of our citizens. Our important old man who was a herbalist, who prepared us and blessed us before we enter Liberian soil, by the name Natalion Kepe. By the name Natalion Kepe. Our senator today grabbed the old man in his own town in Bronto and have him executed. But we do not want to disclose it to the public. Accusing our president now is what bringing our country, make our country, bring embarrassment to our country. Okay. It is why we have come to let the Liberian people know. And in so doing, he wants the children that we took to, augment our strength. We trained them and enter into the land. He killed them with no reason.
That was during the war.
That was during the war.
Okay.
That was during the war. And I will name them. You see?
You mean the people that were killed?
The people that were killed.
Allegedly killed by Senator Johnson then?
Yes, by Senator Johnson with all reason.
Okay.
All right. I have called Nathaniel Kepe.
Nathaniel Kepe is the guy who prepared you people.
A herbalist.
Okay.
He was not soldier. We met him in Liberia. Yeah, he make medicine for all and bless us.
He prepared you people?
Yeah.
Traditionally?
Traditionally.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Then you move forward and kill our son who we train by the name Drupu Kaiba. Nelson Bria.
talking about?
I'm supposed to bring it out.
Why?
I'm supposed to bring it out.
Why?
Because he does not, you always bringing problem into Nima County.